Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're back at Central Arkansas Karting Complex for a day of karting and fun. This is my second time back at the track and I'm so excited to be here. This time I came with a different group of Memphis racers and we're here to dominate all day. Over the course of the day I ended up doing 12 races, which is actually a lot. This track is very physically demanding. The track is very bumpy and it's fast and flowing. Also, it was great running with these guys because there were no back markers and we could just get in a rhythm and knock out laps. The first thing you should notice from my last video are the curves. These are brand new painted curves which really helps keep the rocks at bay, although it's not foolproof as some drivers were dropping wheels beyond the curves and actually knocking karts off track and kicking rocks and dirt everywhere. So you always had to be on the lookout. The weather was so perfect, it was 67s for the high, and there was no humidity. It was a great day for karting. So throughout the day, we ended up running the same lane, and we ended up just running together the whole day, which was great. We did have a few newcomers and general public get in our races, but for the most part, it was just us, and we had a blast. It looks like OP gets really hot coming into turn one. Oh man, newcomer Chris from Arkansas, he slams into OP. They both have the same driving style where they just like to ball out. Even OP said that he likes to go in hot, and he went in a little too hot in that corner. And also Chris in kart 6, he also went in a little too hot and they collided. Chris was a newcomer and this is his first really foray into karting since this place opened. He's obsessed with it, and sometimes he just gets that red mist. Even though we're not racing for position, I understand the emotion takes over and you want to actually try to race these guys, but at some point he got a little too heated trying to make a pass. There wasn't really much tension and everyone had a pretty cool head most of the day. I really like this kart I'm in. I had it a couple of times during the day. It really handles these corners well. It doesn't really have as much top speed as some of the others, but it can hang with all the karts, which is why this kart is so consistent. And I really used this kart to really help me in turn one and really get my line down since it had been over a month since my last time here. But I will say, after running all day at the track, I really have a good sense of the line and really know how to handle these corners. And running with this group all day, this will give you a really great idea of how leagues are going to be, because they just announced last week that they're going to start doing leagues. Not sure when the date's going to be. There will be 2 classes. I'm very unsure how many Memphis people will be committed just because of the drive time and the nights, because it's probably going to be on a weeknight. It's just going to be hard, but there's a lot of interest, and I don't know how many people are going to show up, but it looks like a lot. We're coming onto the last corner of the race. It looks like Chris got on the inside of Ryan on the last corner and actually punted him off. Rocks and stuff are going everywhere. I go way wide to avoid it. Several of rocks were hitting my visor. Yeah, at the end of this race, I just had to mention to Chris that we're not really racing for position, so there really is no need to push people off.
Yeah. Hey, we pushed you wide, I had to come, man. I thought if I'd have known that was Chris.
Man, you were off, 4 wheels off, buddy.
Yeah,
he pushed me off. I was right behind it. I saw the whole thing.
Inside.
That's why he gets back flag on.
Yeah, I was right behind you. Your wheels are getting a little. That 6 has no grip.
Listen, I could smoke the ass if that little grip. I caught him, really.
I know, but I was just saying the wheel. You were kicking rocks everywhere. Well, that was great that he apologized to Ryan. Everyone's out here having a good time. We're all at different skill levels. Some people are learning karts and the track. Some people are learning the track. There's lots of things to learn. So, good spirits and good fun. Now on to the second heat. I ended up doing just a highlight package of all my races that day and condense it all into one video. I'm back in the cart that Arun had. Arun and I were swapping carts, which was funny. He had cart 21 a lot, and he was just in 19. Now I'm in 19. And this is great. We're running nose to tail and trying to get a good draft and just get some good lap times in. If you notice too, oh, there you go. Ashton gets a great run and sneaks up on the inside of 3 carts, so he gets around me and Arun. But you can see how good 20 is. 19 is good. It's a little faster, but I like the consistency of 20. I'm really interested in doing the leagues. I'm just really concerned about the drive time and how committed I can be. It would be so fun. I've never done a gas-powered league before on an outside track, so it would be a new experience. And as I kept saying this whole Saturday, I'm so excited this place opened because, as I mentioned in my other outdoor karting videos, Memphis has about a 6-hour drought around the city. There's no tracks within a 6-hour drive. And this one is only about 2.5, so definitely not a bad drive. It would be fun to do a first league at the track, see how well I could do. There's a lot of interest for it. How many skill levels, what kind of drivers are going to show up, how hard is it going to be? Oh, there you go. So OP got on the inside of Chris, and Chris was not happy with it. Chris got pushed off track, and now he's signaling hard at the marshals at OP. OP knows what's up. Even though we're not racing for position, he slows up so Chris can get around, but the marshals end up black flagging OP. He had to come into the pits, which is crazy because Chris did the same thing to Ryan and he didn't get a penalty, but also that was the last lap. So a little bit of karma for Chris, but I get around him, and now I'm hard charging, trying to catch Arun in cart 20 just to see how good 19 can get. I know how 20 handles, so it gives me something to chase. I'm actually gaining a little bit of ground on him. He looks behind to see how close I am. I got a great run, and now I'm hard charging down to the tight hairpin. The track is also very muddy. As you can see, it rained quite a bit, and I guess all their service vehicles driving all over the track created a lot of dirt and thick clumps of mud that were on the track. You had to avoid those. So in addition to all the bumps, you had to deal with all the clumps of dirt. This place is going to be awesome. They are still a work in progress. Eventually they will be adding sod, which that's going to help tremendously. If they could get some permanent lights, that would be even better. Because we ran up until sundown, and the lights they have now are good, but they're so low that they're really blinding you, like right in your face, so it's kind of hard to see the corners. I get a great run on Arun, give him a little tap. I was going to try and push him around the track, but he just gave me the signal to make the pass, so made the pass, and now I'm trying to see who else I can catch. Well, yeah, that's the end of that race. Coming into the pits. Those two guys over there, we met them. They're really cool. They ended up running with us. I think a lot of people, not to toot our own horns, but a lot of people were so glad we showed up. We were giving them pointers. They were excited to meet some people that actually do karting for a while, and just chat about the sport, how we got into it, and just share the enthusiasm for karting. It's always great meeting people out there.
19 is... You were getting traction out of those turns. 19 is... I figured, because I was losing a lot. I figured I had to do turn 1. My last turn was where I was losing the most to you, I think. I think I was just entering not cleanly, and so I finally figured it out by the end. But
tried to stab over and let me lose all my speed.
I was, once again, I was caught right behind that dude.
I was pushing you.
Yeah, and when I went off, I got littered.
You were there too.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw that was
got black flagged.
Yeah. No, I was right next to him.
I got black flagged.
Yeah, I got lasers in my hand. I got a big rock to the helmet. And
y'all always got the clean air up front, and we're always in the middle dealing with all the shit. I was right in front, right behind the dude, Kyle, who pushed this dude off, got black flags, rocks and shit was going everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know where you were. They were always up front, like.
Yeah, I was just messing with another dude. I was just pushing him down the straight. And we just had fun.
Yeah, that should be not racing.
Yeah.
Like, there's no need
I wasn't going for time at all. Like I could have passed him on the straight. He was just looking back. We were laughing. I was just pushing him down the straight.
It should be fun.
So.
Back in kart 20, I'm really trying to see how low of a lap time I can get in this kart. I know it's not the fastest, but it hooks these corners really well. Then I get hit on accident by Isaiah, which was no big deal, but it did catch me off guard a little bit. I'm gaining ground, and I'm just gonna make the move on a rune right here, get around him. But oh man, look, he tried to do the over-under on me. We're side by side. This is some great action. We got Isaiah in 13, we got Ash in 6, OP in 11, Ryan is up there in the red helmet, and Jimmy Gloss is out front in the clean air. This race, I really learned how to take turn 1 in this kart. As you can see, I gained so much ground. I give Isaiah a push, make the move on him. Next up is OP, trying to keep the momentum going in this kart and use these karts as a draft. This kart's got great pace down the straight. I'm gonna hold it into the first corner. OP is kind of hard to get around right now. I popped out to try and make the move, but it wasn't happening. Tuck back in, I'll get him on the hairpin. Set up, get on the inside, make the move, leave some room for helm on the outside, tuck in, and now track down Ryan and Ash. As you can see, Jimmy is so far ahead, he's in a race of his own. I get a good bump from OP, which will help me to catch Ryan and Ash. We're going to fast forward a few laps. I am catching them. If there was a little bit more time in this race, I would have caught them. I do end up catching them on the very last lap. It was really fun trying to charge for them, but I wish there was just a little bit more time so we can actually race. They got a great draft going right there. 2 karts are better than 1, and I'm trying to be the 3rd kart in the draft. Ash goes a little wide on that last corner. Gives me good room here. 6 does dance around on the back end, so that helped a lot. Tucking my head in for the low drag. throw it in, get a good run out of turn 1. I am catching them. Man, this was so fun. This track is such a blast to drive. If you haven't been here yet, you have to make the trip and experience it for yourself. And it's been a while since I've been in a Sony rental kart. We used to do AMP all the time. Now they run CRGs. I think the last Sony race we ran was it the summer 8-hour at AMP when all the karts failed because it was so hot? I think the Sodis are the flagship rental karts. They just seem more streamlined, and the CRGs, they feel like they're too wide. They look and feel a lot heavier. These are much more smaller and nimble, and I love the steering wheel on these RT10s. Well, I am catching them. I'm right behind Ash now. We're coming up on a back marker. Maybe I can use him as a pick to get around Ash. Well, I didn't see the move, so I just tucked in line and stayed behind them. Maybe a move will open up. If not, it was still fun trying to catch them. Back to the pits to talk about our race. Checking our times. Ash is checking his times to see how he did. Now it's time to debrief and discuss.
Oops. We ran 103.
Dang.
That was fun.
Oh, that's fun.
We was locked in.
When I get locked in there, and I try to, make sure you're straight. I'm learning, man, what y'all do.
I just slow y'all down, man, did it? No. I try to stay on the way.
Actually, look, 2 more laps, I would have been. I was in the middle. I caught y'all too.
What now? Oh, you was coming on? Yeah.
I mean, I was right behind him. Yeah. Till we caught him in that first corner.
Hey, what was you in?
My best kart 20.
No.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He got a 103.3.
103.2 and a kart 20.
103.2?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 20?
I'm not gonna
20's good.
Yeah, it felt good.
I feel like 12 is tit for tat for 6.
That's
I think 5 is right
that's
there
my
with
best
them.
kart. Unless
Really?
I get 21.
I think 5.
Well,
I'm gonna run this one all day.
Really?
I'm getting there, man. I caught the 2 of y'all.
Yeah.
And y'all were gone, and I left the whole group.
Yeah, dude, this track is fun as hell.
All right, fast forward to a little bit later in the day. I took my GoPro off just to charge my battery and did some races without it. Unfortunately, the kart that I set my best time in, I was not recording. This is the magic kart right here. Isaiah had it in an earlier heat. I was right behind him. He gives me the wave by. I get around him. I thought he wanted me to pass him. It turned out he had a flat tire in this kart. So we asked them to change the tires. So this is the first run with brand new tires, and the temps are about low 60s, I would say. And what I should have done, which I guess I just wasn't thinking, I should have been heating up the tires, zigzagging the kart to heat the tires up. But because these tires are brand new, they've been sitting on the shelf in the cold and there's no heat in them. So I'm out here trying to run around and see if I can beat my best lap time of 102.4, because the grip is there, they just need to be heated up. But since the sun's going down, it's a bit of a challenge. This is the last race, so I'm just going to let this play out. Enjoy some evening laps around Central Arkansas Karting Complex. 103.2? Oh. Damn. Well, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed laps around Central Arkansas Karting Complex. Please give me a like and a follow. Your support's really going to help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the track.